All right, we're moving on to sports news now. Here's Charles Aruka. Charles.
Well, thanks, Ijoma. Welcome to Sports News. The much-anticipated release of the Super Eagles provisional squad for the 2014 FIFA World Cup has been put on hold. Super Eagles chief coach Stephen Keshi met with the technical subcommittee of the Nigeria Football Federation in Abuja to discuss his plans for the showpiece. No clear reason was given for the latest development. In club football, Chelsea manager Jose Mourinho, Chelsea produced a battling defensive display to frustrate Atletico Madrid and leave their Champions League semi-final tie evenly poised ahead of next week's return leg at Stamford Bridge. The Blues lost Petr Cech to injury after the vastly experienced keeper fell awkwardly keeping out a corner, but replacement Mark Schwarzer only had one serious save to make, the 41-year-old denying Mario Suarez. Now, only yesterday, the British media was awash with reports of the impending sack of David Moyes by Manchester United. So today, when the Red Devils' top hierarchy confirmed his dismissal, it did not come as a shock to those who had been following the latest developments. Having been tasked with the responsibility of succeeding Sir Alex Ferguson, the Scot often struggled to maintain the high standards set by his predecessor and ended up paying the price with his job. Meanwhile, World Football Governing Body FIFA has confirmed that the Sao Paulo World Cup Stadium will be ready on time for the tournament's opener. With just 51 days to go before the opening match, 3 stadiums are still unfinished. The Sao Paulo Stadium was built to hold 48,000 people, and another 20,000 temporary seats are being added for the World Cup. Basketball now. Tim Duncan scored 27 points and Tony Parker finished with 21 points as the top-seeded San Antonio Spurs rallied for a 90-85 win after the 8th-seeded Dallas Mavericks blew a late lead in Game 1 of their Western Conference quarterfinal playoff series. Brandon Wright's three-point play gave Dallas an 81-71 lead with 7 minutes 45 seconds to play in the final quarter, but it was all San Antonio from there as Duncan's layup cut the lead to 81-79. Meanwhile, Spurs coach Greg Popovich has been named the NBA Coach of the Year after leading his team to a 62-20 regular season record. That's the buzzer on sports news. It's back to Ijoma with the rest of the news at 10.
The buzzer indeed. Thank you, Charles. Now on the foreign scene, Ukraine's acting president has relaunched military operations against pro-Russian militants in the east after 2 men, including one local politician, were found tortured to death. Here's Cynthia Are with more.
Well, that was certainly the bulk of what happened in Ukraine today. But besides that, the bodies of the 3 men who were killed on Sunday have also been laid to rest. They were killed during a raid on a checkpoint manned by pro-Russian separatists near the town of Slovyansk in eastern Ukraine. Then the confirmed death toll from the South Korean ferry that capsized last week has reached over 100 as divers recovered more bodies from the sunken hull. Rescuers who searched for bodies have been able to take advantage of better weather, with more than 190 passengers still missing or presumed trapped inside of the vessel. Also today, Oscar Pistorius' family has denied he took acting lessons ahead of his testimony in the trial of the murder of his girlfriend, Reva Steenkamp. In a statement, they say claims that he'd received coaching for his emotional performance were nothing close to true. The South African athlete has broken down on several occasions during the trial, often disrupting proceedings. Plus, activity has increased at North Korea's nuclear test site ahead of a visit by U.S. President Barack Obama to the region. A South Korean Defense Ministry spokesman said the military was currently detecting a lot of activity in and around Pongairi nuclear test site. Finally, a tropical cyclone halted the aerial search for the missing Malaysia Airlines plane today. Up to 10 military planes had been due to scour the surface of the Indian Ocean for evidence of flight MH370. But officials in Australia say Tropical Cyclone Jack had made the prospect of an air search potentially hazardous. And those are the top stories on the foreign scene.
Thanks a lot, Cynthia. And the main news again. President Goodluck Jonathan is meeting with 36 state governors and service chiefs tomorrow, with national security on the front burner. And some mothers in Ilorin have protested the abduction of Borno schoolgirls by Boko Haram and appealed to the government to intensify search for the missing students. Well, that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks a lot for staying with us. I'm Idra Michael Nato. Good night.